everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm in a new setup, I guess you would say. If you've not watched my last two videos and you've not kind of gathered from the title of this video, I have moved to London. I've had a little bit of a change, we've had a bit of a swap around, and I've moved from Yorkshire to London. So I wanted to do a video kind of chatting about why I made the decision to do that, and also to kind of update you on how it's kind of gone so far. So as you can tell, I'm in a bit of a different setup. It's not the most exciting one. It will change. I've got a lot of wall space to work with in this room. I just need to kind of get used to everything, decide where everything's going to be going, and where's going to like work best to film these videos. So for now, this is the backdrop we're dealing with. We're going with it. We're just gonna, carry on with it for now. But it may change quite a few times over the next few months, I guess. And we'll just kind of see what happens. So yes, if you haven't watched my last two videos, I will leave the links down below in the description box. But yes, I have moved from Yorkshire, which if you don't know is like in the middle of England, I guess, down to London. So it's approximately like 250 miles, I believe. So I've moved quite far away from home. I think it came as a shock to a lot of people, myself included. It's something I've been speaking about for a while. Actually no, that's a little bit of a lie. Moving to London specifically is not something that I've been speaking about for a while. So yeah, I've not really spoken much about moving to London specifically. I spoke to friends and family about moving just down south. So if you don't know from kind of my background, I have already lived down south before. I moved to Kent for university. So I have already kind of lived down here, just not specifically in the area where I am now, if that makes sense. So I've lived down south before. Me moving down south, I don't think was a shock to many people. Whenever I told people, they were kind of like, yeah, we've seen it coming, like we're really surprised that you've not done it already. But good on you for going back down there, for doing what you want kind of thing. So whenever I was talking to people about that, that was their reaction. That included friends and family. And then I came down to London for New Year. So at New Year I did like a little mini tour of my closest friends. So I spent a couple of days with one friend, a couple of days with another friend, and a day with another friend. Just because I had the time off and I thought, everyone's down there, I may as well like do the triple whammy. Well, it's double whammy, isn't it? But like something like that. So I thought, while I'm down there, I may as well see all of them, because I do miss seeing them a lot when I'm away. So it's like, well, I'm down there, I see them all, spend time with them all, and that kind of thing. So one of my friends does live in central London. I came down and spent a few days. So one of my friends does live in central London, so I came down and spent a few days with him. We had time both where it was part of like the holidays, and then there was one day that was back to like a work day. And I found it quite surprising how well I settled into London life. Now, it was only a few days, but I did feel very comfortable. And when I got on the commuter train in the last morning, I thought I'd get really overwhelmed. And I really didn't. I just kind of handled it. I had like a really big bag with me and everything, and it went okay. It went really well. I kind of got off the train thinking, wow, you've just done that and handled it like really well. I don't really know what's happened there, but fair enough. And then that got me thinking about whether I should consider moving to London. Now this was right at the beginning of January. I'm literally talking like 2nd of January, I think it was, so literally right at the beginning of January. And I toyed with the idea a little bit, and then I spoke to some friends about it, and they were like, no, I think that now is the perfect time to do it. So once they'd kind of said, yeah, try it, I went and spoke to my family about it, and they pretty much said exactly the same thing. So the few things that I have kind of been going on the last few months are, one, you're young, London's a young game, so you may as well try it now. And two, give it a go. You're not tied to anything. Now is the perfect time to go and give it a go. So I thought, why not? I'll start applying for some jobs. I'll have a look around. It'll be like 6 months or so. it'll be quite a while, but as long as I can start preparing myself and all this kind of thing. So I started applying for jobs. I believe that was, oh, I know the date for this as well. It was the middle of January, so it was about 2 weeks after I got back after the whole New Year thing. So I started applying for jobs, got my CV out there, all that kind of thing. And I think it took around 2 weeks for me, well, I think two or 3 weeks from me putting my CV out there and applying for a few jobs to actually physically living in London. It was scary, it was very scary. As I said, I was expecting it to be kind of 6 months or something, and it was a very quick turnaround. It was a lot quicker than I thought. It scared me a lot, I'm not going to lie, and I think it scared my family as well. As I said, it took a lot of my friends and family by shock, by surprise. They also didn't expect it quite as quickly, and I think because I was so surprised and taken aback, I kind of thought maybe now isn't the right time, maybe I should kind of wait a little bit. And then I thought, no, you know what, I'm going to grab the bull by the horns and I'm going to give it a good go. I'm going to come down, I'm going to, you know, sort everything out, do life in London, and kind of see what happens. So yeah, that's that. That's kind of my reasoning behind why I actually kind of very specifically moved and why it ended up being so quick, and why I never kind of really told you guys about it. It literally happened so quickly. It was something I didn't think would happen that quick. I still kind of can't believe that it happened that quickly. So that's kind of why that. And then the reason, I guess, that I wanted to move down, like back down south in general, which is what I tell a lot of people, is because I wanted a social life again. So when I was at home in Yorkshire, I had friends, I had all of my family around me, but I would spend every single evening sat in my room, like doing just boring rubbish stuff, waiting until it was time to go to sleep, and then I'd wake up in the morning, go to work, and it'd just kind of repeat itself. And on my days off, I was getting to the point where I was like begging my parents to come out and go shopping with me, just so that I could get out of the house. So although I had friends up north, I didn't see them that often, and it was very isolating. I guess that's the word that I would use to describe it. And then the majority of my kind of really close friends live down here in the south. So although my friends up north I am very close to, my closest friends, like my group of friends, is down here in the south. So I was spending easily between 50 and about £150 to come and see my friends every few months, and it's very hard when you can only see your best friends every few months and you've got to save up to see them and it's only for a day. Like, it's very sad. I have one very close friend who has a son, I've mentioned it before, and I was missing him growing up, and it was really sad. And it went from the jump of me seeing him when he was like a newborn baby to like sitting up in a high chair and eating like solid food and stuff like that, and it made me really sad because I don't like missing out on things like that. I'm missing out on a few things at home now, but it now means that I get to be part of, you know, my friends' lives, and I can help out, and I get to watch my friend's son grow up and be part of that, and that is very important to me. I have found that since I've moved down here I've been a lot more social. So as I'm filming this, I've been here for 2 weeks and I am really enjoying being more social. So although it's slightly different because on an evening I don't come in and I can't tell my parents about my day as much, unless I ring them obviously, but I can't kind of sit down and have a conversation with my parents about my day, anything like that. But I have found myself going out more, doing more things, not kind of being stuck in these four walls, which is really nice. And I think that has made a massive difference to myself as well. I'm going to talk about kind of my year in general in another video, but I do believe that kind of me going out and being able to socialise more has really helped with kind of bringing me out of my shell a little bit more. And I know it's only been 2 weeks, but it really has. So those are my reasonings behind moving down. That is why I moved down, and that is why it was so quick and such a surprise to you guys, I guess, and why I didn't share any of this with you. So yeah, I just wanted to share that now, just so that it's out there, and also because I like to look back on my videos. I've said this so many times before, but I love looking back on my videos, and I just kind of want to remind myself of why I did this. So yeah, I'm just going to chat a little bit now about how I found it. So obviously I have moved over 200 miles away from home. I have no family down here. I have a few friends, as I've mentioned. I've got 3 of my closest friends down here, and I've now lived here for 2 weeks and 3 days. So I guess kind of the main thing to say is, oh my gosh, it feels so much longer than 2 weeks. I literally feel as though I have been here for months. It's very, very strange. I thought that London would be somewhere that would be quite difficult to settle into, and I'd feel quite overwhelmed a lot, and I don't know, just there's so many people, and as soon as you think about London and coming down, I personally automatically think, oh my gosh, I'm just going to be overwhelmed, I'm going to hate it, it's all too busy, it's all too fast paced, and that has definitely not been the reality of it. Yes, it's very busy, yes, it's very fast paced, yes, I'm dealing with a lot of different people compared to who I used to deal with, but oh my gosh, I've settled in ridiculously quickly. I'm probably going to look back on this video in a few months and be like, Hannah, you hate it now, like, why were you saying that? But it's true, I've settled in extremely quickly, and I don't know, I feel like I chose the right time to come down, basically. I know a lot of people that come down to London and hate it kind of instantly. I feel like I've chosen the perfect time in my life to be able to come down and experience this. It's not something I'm thinking long term either, you know, just to get that out there. I'm not going to stay in London forever. You know, I'm just going to see how it goes, and I probably will stay down south, but not necessarily in central London. So we'll see how everything works out. So yes, I feel like I've been here a lot longer than I have. I feel very settled. I'm finding the tubes a lot easier than I thought I would. I'm finding the really long commute a lot easier than I thought I would. Kind of living on my own. I do have a flatmate, but I don't see her all the time, so kind of ish living on my own. I'm finding that easier than I thought I would. Yeah, and all in all, I just feel I'm very settled. Whenever people ask me, I'm just like, I feel settled. I feel like this has been really good. The room that I am in, so this is my bedroom that I'm in at the moment, there will be a room tour coming at some point once I've got everything that I need in here. But I feel like this is quite a homey room. I feel comfortable in it, and I've, you know, settled into this quite well as well. The social life and being able to get out and about in London is so good. It's so nice to be able to have things on like a to-do list, like a list of things that I want to go and see and do and all of this kind of stuff, because if it ever gets to a day where I'm like, oh, I have the day off, I don't really know what to do, I can just go to that and do it, rather than like while I was at home I just used to sit in my room and be like, oh, what can I do today? Like, it's really nice to have that option, and not only to like do it on my own, but to be able to just call a friend up and be like, right, do you want to do something in an hour? Which is so nice. It's so nice to have that kind of flexibility and freedom to do it. Yeah, I think overall I'm loving it. So yeah. Now I have also written a blog post about this, which will be going up kind of after I've been here for a month, so it will be up kind of after this video, but I'll put it down in the down bar once it is live. So yeah, if you keep checking the down bar, there will be something in there about my first month that I've spent in London, and I do say in the blog post, and I will say on here, although everything is going well and I feel settled and all of this kind of thing, you know, it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows. I have, you know, still in reality moved very far away from my family quite quickly. I've moved away from some, you know, very close friends, and I've had times where I felt in a way even more isolated, which I know is crazy in such a big city such as London. So although kind of overall it has been going really well and I feel really settled and happy down here, I really am happy, I've had times where it has been very trying and it's been difficult, and I've phoned my friends up crying. You know, these things happen. It's a very big move, and I feel like I've kind of learnt from that, taken it in my stride, and just moved on from it. So I think it's been a very good learning curve. I'm very happy. I'm so excited for the next few months to see what happens. As I said, I can't believe I've only been here for 2 weeks, and I've done so much, and I feel so much more confident in myself, and I'm so excited to see kind of how the rest of my time in London affects me and what happens and what I get to see and do, and I'm just so excited about it. So when you're actually watching this video, it is my birthday. I will be out and about in London. I've got family coming down to visit me, and then my friend is coming up for the weekend, and I'm just so excited to be able to kind of share this part of my life with all of my friends and family because they're so super supportive, and then also with you guys and to bring you guys along with me. I've got some quite fun things planned for this weekend. I'm hoping to be able to vlog it depending how kind of comfortable I feel with the people around me, but we'll see. So yeah, that is my video on why I moved to London, why it happened so quickly and you guys were kind of left in the dark for a while, and yeah, how I've kind of been getting on the last few weeks. I know I keep saying that my videos are going to go back to normal eventually, and I've kind of not delivered that the last few weeks. I had to miss out on a video, and then we had a vlog, and now I've had this kind of sit down, really chatty video. But I am spending the rest of my afternoon planning videos and what I can kind of do in this flat and all that kind of thing. What I ate videos are also going to be coming back soon, fingers crossed. I'm finding it quite awkward. Obviously I'm in a new living kind of surroundings. I've got a new flatmate. She doesn't know that I do this. Sitting and talking to a camera is always going to be a little bit awkward. So they will be coming back eventually, hopefully next week, fingers crossed. As I said, I'm not going to promise anything, and hopefully my videos will kind of go back to more scheduled sitting down chatting videos. I know I've got like a favourites to do and like a little haul and things like that, so hopefully things will be going back to normal. And yeah, that's everything for this week. Thank you so much for watching and sitting through this little rambly video of me chatting. As I said in my last few videos, if you live in London and you watch these videos, or you are a blogger or a vlogger, anything, please let me know. I'm really interested to meet some new people, and I'd love to meet people that are kind of in the blogging and vlogging kind of area. I think it'd be really fun to kind of share tips and have days out and things like that. So yeah, please do get in contact if you are in the, you know, the London area. I'd love to kind of meet up with some of you, and definitely give me ideas of things to do in London. If you came on holiday or you live here, whatever, if you think there's something a little bit quirky to do that's not necessarily kind of the main tourist route, please let me know, because I'm making a list of all these things that I want to do, and I'm really enjoying watching it grow. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you next week with another video. Bye!